Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to see Class 12 Biology Chapter 8 Microbes and Human Welfare. Can you see all the living organisms around you? You can see a tree, a dog, a bird, or a human being. But what about the tiny organisms present in the air, soil, or even inside our body? No, right? So those are called as microbes or microorganisms. So microorganisms, they are extremely small organisms and they are found almost everywhere. So they are present in the soil, they are present in the water, air, and they can also live inside our body and inside other plants and animals. And some microbes can even survive in places where we think that life is almost impossible. For example, some can survive in very hot environments. Yeah, we call them as thermophilic bacteria, right? And also deep inside the soil, and also under thick layers of the snow, and even in highly acidic surroundings. So, microbes are not simply tiny organisms, they are a huge and a diverse group of life forms that can survive in many different environments. Okay, can you tell me if microbes are present everywhere, including inside our body, does that mean that every microbe is harmful? No, not like that. See, this is the one of the most important idea we are going to learn in this chapter. See, some microbes cause diseases, but many microbes they are extremely useful to us. Yeah, they help us to prepare food and also make useful products and also perform many different processes. So let's see the diverse forms, diverse life forms. So what is this the diverse life form? They are nothing but diversity. Yeah. So here you can able to see. So microbial diversity, we have like a different organisms like protozoa, we have bacteria, fungi, viruses, and yeah, varioids and also prions. Yeah, so all these things we can see. Now, all are all microbes the same? Definitely not. See, microbes include many different types of microscopic life forms and also infectious agents. See, some examples are like bacteria, fungi, and protozoa. And also, we come across these viruses. Yeah, these viruses, right? See, it can infect humans, animals, plants, and even bacteria. And there are also very small infectious agents called as these viroids or prions. So these are protein based infectious agents. So proteinaceous I have given here now. So they are protein based infectious agents. So when you hear the word microbe, don't imagine only bacteria. When we ask someone or nearby, just try to ask them. So what microbe? Immediately the person will say it is a bacteria. So don't imagine only bacteria. So think of it as a large world containing many different kinds of microscopic organisms and agents. Can you name one bacteria that already know? Can you name one bacteria, children? Yeah, lactobacillus. Yes, yes, very good. Salmonella typhi, you'll say. Mycobacterium tubercle. Yeah, many bacteria are there. Okay. So next, we are going to see viruses and microbial colonies. So the slide actually see it says about how these viruses such as this bacteriophage, adenovirus. So this is a bacteriophage, this is the adenovirus, and also the TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, and also how bacteria and fungi can form visible colonies when grown on suitable media. Okay, now look at this. So what is a virus? So virus is a extremely tiny, yeah, they are extremely tiny and we cannot normally see an individual virus with our naked eyes. It's not possible for us to see. For example, we have this bacteriophage. So bacteriophage is a virus that infects the bacteria, and this adenovirus, it is associated with the respiratory infection. Under this tobacco mosaic virus or TMV, it infects the plants. Yes. And this individual bacteria and fungi, they are microscopic, but when many of them grow together under suitable conditions, they form a colony. Yeah. So they form a colony when they are growing under suitable conditions. For example, just to think about a classroom. You think that just one student is standing alone, yeah, and you people are far away. Can you able to point out the student? But imagine hundreds of students standing together in place. Now you can clearly see the group, right? So similarly, individual microorganisms may be microscopic, but a large group growing together can form a visible colony. So here you can able to see the picture. So here this is the petri plate. Yeah, so here you can see the bacterial colonies in a petri plate. How these bacterial colonies are like a small dots on the petri plates. Yeah. So we have different types of media for growing this, and for different bacteria we have different types of media, and also this is the fungal growth. See, fungal growth is not similar like this bacterial growth. So a bacterial colony, it has small dots on the media, but this one, it appears as one large fuzzy growth. You can able to see it is not similar, right? This is completely different, and this one is also different. So next we are going to see microbes in household products. Yeah, this is the first part. In the second slide also we'll see the same. Yes. So this is the most important and relatable part, children, because we encounter these foods every day, right? Yeah. So now let's move from laboratory to our kitchen then. And you may be surprised to know that microorganisms are already working in our homes. Do you agree? Yes, you have to agree. Just to think about the turning of this milk into curd. So how does milk become curd? You have a doubt, right? How milk is becoming curd then? See, when you could have seen your mother nighttime, what she will do? She will add little bit of curd to the milk. So what she will do? She will add a small amount of previously prepared curd to fresh milk. And then that curd contains millions of useful bacteria, nothing but our lactic acid bacteria, or in the short we can say as LAB. Okay. So for that one important example is lactobacillus. So lactobacillus, yeah, is a example. So under suitable conditions, what happens? This bacteria, they multiply and they produce the lactic acid. And this acid changes the milk proteins and also helps the milk becoming curd. So these are the steps I have given here. So go through all the steps. And why do we add a little curd to fresh milk? Have you ever thought of it? See, this little curd is there, no? It acts as a starter, children, actually. So, introducing the useful bacteria into the milk. And also, this activity of LAB, yes, this LAB, also it improves the nutritional quality of the curd and also increases the vitamin B12. So, it becomes rich in vitamin B12. And these bacteria can also have beneficial effects in our digestive system by helping to check the disease causing microorganism. Now let's talk about the dosa and idli batter. You know that how your mom used to grind this. So she'll be using the rice and urid dal, right? She'll make a batter. So have you noticed that the batter becomes puffy after fermentation? So nighttime you leave it, morning if you see, it will become puffy, right? So what is happening there? See, that happens, that puffiness happens because microorganisms ferment the batter and they produce the carbon dioxide gas, that is CO2. Okay. So, what happens? The gas gets trapped in the batter and it making it expand and become lighter. So, when I ask you what gas makes dosa and idli batter puff up, mean what you'll immediately say? You'll say it is carbon dioxide gas. And now what about the bread? So next is the bread. See, bread though is commonly fermented using microorganisms called as the baker's yeast. So its scientific name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So the yeast, it carries out fermentation and produces gases that help the dough to rise. So when you next time when you see a soft rice and loaf of this bread, always remember these things. Okay. So microorganisms, they have been working behind the scenes. So these so many things are happening behind the scenes. So next we are going to see microorganisms in household products. Again, yeah, second slide we are going to see. So it talks about how this microbial fermentation is not limited to curd, dosa, idli and bread. Apart from that, we have many traditional foods and drinks, so which are also prepared using the microorganisms. Let's see the first one, toddy. So toddy is a traditionally prepared by fermenting sap collected from the palm trees. Okay, it is a traditionally prepared by fermenting sap collected from the palm trees. So microorganisms are also involved in preparing the fermented from foods from things such as fish, soybean and bamboo shoots. So next we are going to see the cheese. Yeah. So let's talk about something students usually love. You love cheese a lot, right? So cheese is another food where microorganisms play a important role. We have different microorganisms. So depends upon the microorganism. Yeah, flavor will be enhanced, the texture will be enhanced, the smell also, and also the appearance. So the microorganisms involved can actually influence what the final cheese is like. Okay. So next we are going to see the Swiss cheese. Have you ever seen Swiss cheese, children? So here it is, Swiss cheese. You can able to see the large holes. So what is causing this large holes actually? See, a bacterium called Propionibacterium shermani. Yeah, Propionibacterium shermani. It produces large amount of carbon dioxide. We already know, even in our bread, yeah, carbon dioxide. Because of the carbon dioxide only, you can able to see the holes over. The same thing is happening here. But here, what happens? Large amount of carbon dioxide gas is evolved. So because of this, large holes are produced. Yes, and then. Can you tell me, see, are the holes in Swiss cheese simply made by cutting it? No. See, they are associated with carbon dioxide produced by the bacteria. Now, let's look at the another cheese, that is the Roquefort cheese. So, here a specific fungus is allowed to grow during the ripening process. So, this contributes to the characteristics flavor of this cheese. So let's have a quick revision, children. So instead of talking all this, just read out all the side headings along. I have given you points regarding that. Just go through. I'll ask you now one more question. You try to answer one more question. I'll give you answer also. Yes. Which bacteria helps to convert milk into curd? Yes, lactic acid bacteria or LAB. Okay, name one important LAB. Lactobacillus. And what gas makes fermented dosa and idli batter puff up? Carbon dioxide. Which microorganism is commonly used to make bread? Saccharomyces cerevisiae. And what is traditionally fermented to make toddy? Palm sap. Yeah, why does Swiss cheese have large holes? It's because of the carbon dioxide produced by Propionibacterium shermani. And what contributes to the characteristic flavor of Roquefort cheese? Is because of a specific fungus used during the ripening process. Hope you answered for all the questions. Yeah. You'll be getting more questions like the end of the session, children. So don't skip the video. Watch the full video. We will see you in the next class. Thank you.